in the NBA 2K League 2021 draft. Crazy, welcome.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And coming to you today from...
Kevin, thanks.
He stays working and stays true. David, thank you. So a moment now to see the story for C.J. McCollum.
And guys, his effective field goal percentage is trending in the wrong direction over the past 5 games. Shot discipline hasn't been the best. He'll be looking to play a smarter game tonight.
And now the Lakers starting group. We've got Caldwell Pope. Kyle Kuzma is out there with Morris. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. And it's Gasol. And at the center, locking down the middle. And for the Trailblazers. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Powell. And it's Nurkic in at the 5, patrolling the paint.
And see, Webb, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope changing his approach before last season. He knew he wouldn't need to take on as much of a scoring responsibility.
Yeah, and what a team player, GA. I mean, KCP rededicated himself to defense. He tries to do more with less touches now. And that's the mindset you need to have playing with stars going for a championship.
Down low, here's McCollum. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
And terrific floor awareness. I mean, it's obvious Covington has a great feel for when his teammates are wide open.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need the basket.
The shot's good.
Oh, you get it inside like this, you're going to get a high percentage shot almost every time.
Lillard against Schroeder. Lillard attacking. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Lillard is phenomenal at penetrating to the bucket with his speed, athleticism, difficult to slow down.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That's his first foul. Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. Inside, Gasol. Rejected by Nurkic.
His coaches and teammates like this type of energy. Nurkic demonstrating that he could be an anchor on the defense.
And we just got a second look there at the exceptional mobile 1 block.
And early in a game, these sorts of plays really can set the tone.
And Gasol slams it in.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
And Lillard gets double teamed. It's McCollum on the wing. Wants to get it to Powell and does. Count that one. Powell's got his second bucket tonight.
Well, that'll get you a pat on the back from your teammate McCollum. Unselfish and aware, picking out the perfect pass.
Nurkic against Schroeder. Great D that time from Nurkic. Covington finds Powell. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field. Caldwell Pope. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play. Now for the teams that are clearly rebuilding, should they simply play the young guns, Greg, no matter what, or should they make them earn their minutes?
Kev, I don't know that there's a right answer to that. I think it's really about the personnel and the personalities of the guys on that roster. And really, the front office should play a big role in that as well. But it's a hard call. You got to believe enough in those young guys to say, hey, that's our future. We're going in that direction. But you still got to also take care of your veteran guys who are kind of setting the table for your future.
Out to Morris. Here's Caruso. Guarded by Powell. Stolen by Cantor. And here we go with Anthony running it up the court. Up again, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
A minute 50 left in the first quarter of the game.
And trailing here in the first, you'd like to see them be a little more aggressive on the offensive glass.
Matthews with it. Now Anthony defending.
And you know what? Call it great defense or poor offense. Either way, they're limiting their scoring. Now, that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
Now here's Powell. With an average of around 19.5 points a game, his scoring has been a constant for them.
He's one of the best per-minute rebounders in the game. Cantor gets a lot of his points this way.
Here's Caruso. After Enes Kanter's basket, Caruso. A rebound by Simons.
Now, you know, Anthony's getting more floor time last season. He worked his way into the Blazers' rotation. He's still young, though. He seems like he could carve a role out on this team. He's not using his head this quarter. He's got to get back to finding how to hit shots.
Cantor with it. He's coming off a 19-point game against Brooklyn. Anthony, the pass to Powell. There's the triple. The Lakers with the rebound.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
This isn't like him, and he knows it. The best thing they could do is try to get him more easy looks.
The Trailblazers with a new shot clock. Second chance shot. Passes it to Simons. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. It's stolen by Jones. Here's Cantor. No good that time. Great D that time from Harrell. Here's Horton Tucker. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so the first quarter is in the books. Portland out in... A little bit earlier, we had a chance to chat with Kyle Kuzma.
You know, for me, it's super cool.
Well, Kuzma, Greg, has certainly learned a lot, proficient at the offensive end, and adding more to his game every day.
Yeah, I mean, he's been focused on improving the defense and rebounding, and much of that is due to the players he's been surrounded by.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And from Portland, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Old school approach. I mean, if you have a favorable matchup inside, just keep pounding it in there.
So on the floor for the Lakers to start this second quarter, they've got Marc Gasol. Harrell is out there with Kyle Kuzma. Then there's Dennis Schroeder, and it's Horton Tucker in at the shooting guard. Here's Lillard following the basket by Marc Gasol.
That's size winning out. I mean, he needed every single inch to haul in that one.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And how about then not settling? I mean, instead of being lazy with the shot selection, they go right to the rim.
Lillard falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
And that's a nice possession. Did a good job to get that open shot.
Schroeder outside. Chalk up 2 there. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Lillard surveying the D. Score the basket is third after 5 shots.
Superb form. Lillard has the mid-range shot on lockdown.
Lakers trail by 3. Knocks it loose. Out to the right wing. Schroeder finds Gasol. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Gasol's got 4 this quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Kicks it out to Lillard, and the pass to Nurkic. And he drops it in from the low post. Nurkic has got his first basket.
That's how to make things look easy for a teammate. I mean, you make passes like that one from Lillard, crazy.
McCollum with the ball. He's against Kuzma. It's good.
Oh, great flow to that possession. 2 players totally in sync with each other.
Here's Schroeder. Gasol tried to free himself up. And it's Schroeder missing. Off his foot. And it's whistled a kick. Jones checked in for the Trailblazers. Wesley Matthews checked in for the Lakers. Alex Caruso comes in for Dennis Schroeder. Portland leading by 5.
And last year showed that there's still a place in the NBA for a guy like Melo. Mostly a mid-range shooter in the league that has turned away from that. But buckets are buckets, and Melo can still light it up.
Here's Caruso. No good that time. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. Coming off that loss against the Nets.
Yeah, they made some spectacular plays in it right to the very end. Just couldn't get over the hump.
Yeah, and sometimes it just comes down to a couple of critical plays which you need to execute in close, ugly games.
And yes, it's good. Caldwell Pope's got 9 points. Well, Carmelo Anthony was out of the NBA for about a year, calendar-wise. Greg, were you surprised it took him so long to get a look and get back in the NBA?
Kevin, I wasn't shocked, but absolutely I was surprised. I mean, it was always going to take the right fit for Melo and the right team. And in this case, it was the Blazers. But Melo showed he has legs left in the league and can still be a positive.
Now, here's Nurkic following the miss by Wesley Matthews. And it's blocked. Gasol kicks to Caruso. And now Covington running the floor all by himself. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Norman Powell comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. Knocked loose. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance. And good. And it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. McCollum's got the lead up to 13 now for the Trailblazers. McCollum against Morris. Here's Harrell. And Harrell slams it in.
Look at Morris break down the defense on this play. If they leave one of his guys open, he's going to get it to him fast.
McCollum deciding where to go with it. They grab their own miss. Pass to Simons. Kanter trying to free himself up. And it's Simons missing.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Kuzma finds Harrell. And he makes good on the layup. Harrell's got 4 points now in the quarter.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Pass to Powell. Fires the three. The three-pointer is right on target. And the Trailblazers lead by 12.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
You have to go to your best scorers. I mean, it's a smart strategy, and so far, it's paying off in this game.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here for the
2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. At its highest, their lead topped out at 5 points. And that'll...
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. We're seeing a tremendous game from Damian Lillard.
Well, he left his mark on that first half with his quick hands. Great sense of timing to pile up the steals.
Yeah, he's busting his tail, making his presence known. A great job defensively so far.
The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Powell in at the three. That's the group on the floor for Portland. That's a 2 from Lillard. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Lillard's got 13. Greg, you and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's the case?
I know it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams and players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in a team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, you're right. Lillard from deep three-point land. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Lakers trail by 12. There's the lob to the hoop.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. They've led by as many as 14 points. And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Carmelo Anthony's checked in for C.J. McCollum. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Three-pointer, Lillard. That shot missing. And the Lakers take it the other way.
Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
Harrell, he's checked in for the Lakers. And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league.
And finished off by Nurkic.
Rising off the ground with such intensity. And when Nurkic is this close, he wants to slam it down.
It's Caldwell Pope with the drive. Nurkic with the block. And they're able to recover. Trailblazers leading by 7. It's Covington on the wing. He feeds it to Nurkic. Basket counts. Nurkic has got 8 points.
And the touch Nurkic has inside. I mean, I love seeing him be aggressive and look to get his shot from there.
On its way from Caldwell Pope for 2. And the rebound by Nurkic.
Even when the D is playing off of him, the mid-range jumper shouldn't be the shot they're looking for.
Lillard from deep three-point land. Puts up a 3. That's good. It's his 7th made basket in 14 tries.
That gives him 2 3-pointers for the game, 1 in each half. I mean, he may add to that total pretty soon.
And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the official.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
This season, the percentage right around 72%, so not the kind of success he was hoping for.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Cantor checked in for Nurkic. Jones comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. The Lakers also making some changes. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Morris. Matthews comes in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Alex Caruso in for Dennis Schroeder. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Anthony leading the charge. Goes up at the stripe, and he hits the jump shot. Powell's got 9.
And even with the big lead, he remains focused on the task at hand.
We talk about killer instinct all the time. He definitely has it. He's keeping his foot on the pedal here.
Lets the 3 fly. Kuzma pulls it in.
He'll breathe a big sigh of relief if they hang on to win this game. He's not done much.
Oh,
good. Did you see that?
Guys, not much more a defender can do in that situation. Harrell with the focus and the strength to just power through the contact.
Kicks it out to Jones. Anthony on the wing. Feeds to Cantor. And Cantor throws it down.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
The coaching staff has to be upset. You can't give the opposition easy baskets like this.
And the whistle blows as the basket counts and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
And that's an example of playing big, adapting to the situation.
Oh, yeah, difficult finish, but if you expected him to back down, you better think again.
Free throw, good. Matthews. McCollum outside. And there's the foul. It goes on Wesley Matthews. That's his first foul. Tries a three off the inbound. Off the mark. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Trailblazers lead. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, it's also called making a good read, understanding where everyone is and taking full advantage. Fantastic.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Taking a look at Los Angeles, we've got Dennis Schroeder. Marc Gasol is out there with Montrezl Harrell. Then there's Kyle Kuzma. And it's Caruso in at the two-guard spot. Here's Schroeder. The lead pass was put in just the right spot.
And really just led him to his sweet spot for that finish.
Jones against Kuzma. Passes it to Kanter. Here's Simons. Back to Kanter, and Enes Kanter picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
A different look now for Portland. Robert Covington's checked in for Anthony. And it's Damian Lillard in for Anthony Simons. And then for the Lakers, Morris comes in for Harrell, and it's Caldwell Pope in for Alex Caruso.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
Lillard from outside. It's good from long range. Lillard's got 21.
And he's finally getting the feel from beyond. His second three of the half right there.
Here's Schroeder. Here's Gasol. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Schroeder's got 5 assists in the game. Lillard outside. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Lillard's got 5 points in the quarter. No doubt, Greg, you were known being a gritty, in-your-face defender. And when you think of the most hard-nosed point guards in the NBA today, who comes to mind?
For me, I think Chris Paul, I'd go first because this guy, one, he's a phenomenal two-way player. He'll do whatever it takes to win, even if that means pushing the envelope a little bit. Pat Beverly is another guy, just a flat-out bulldog. Marcus Smart, I think, falls into that category. Again, it's not always about being the most talented, but if you bring an edge about you, that really permeates throughout your team. So those are some guys. Drew Holiday is another guy I'd throw into that mix as well.
Yeah, they all lock in. You're right. Here's Caldwell Pope. Good D by McCollum. And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for the Portland Trail Blazers. And it's Kentavious Caldwell Pope with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Nurkic checked in for Portland. Norman Powell comes in for Derek Jones. Three-pointer, Lillard. The shot comes out, and the Lakers going the other way now. And here's Schroeder. Outside for Caldwell Pope. The pass to Kuzma. Lakers working the ball around now. Back to Morris. To the middle. Here's Gasol. Misses off the left iron. Trailblazers leading by 13. In the corner, Powell with it. Three-pointer. Kuzma pulls it in. Kuzma's got his 5th rebound in this one. Gasol attacking, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
The underrated athleticism on display. Gasol has no fear putting the ball in there.
Good on the second free throw.
They're looking to get the most out of every possession. Frustrated to miss even one free throw right now.
And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. A platoon swap here for the Lakers. We've got 1:48 left in the fourth quarter of this one.
And, you know, he's a threat from deep, no doubt about it, but it just has not been there for him tonight. You might want to change your game plan a little bit offensively.
And it's Harrell missing.
That's the only way to hold him in check. He's got it inside. You got to have a body on him right away.
Lillard from outside. Harrell against Covington. He wants to get it to Nurkic and does. Here's the break. Loads it up there for Harrell. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Pressuring the ball and making a play that created the opportunity.
I mean, it all starts on the defensive end. When you're active and willing to gamble a little bit, the payoff can be big.
He throw good. Damian Lillard.
And what I love about Lillard now is the excellence. He's so consistent. That's how you do it. You come out, you bust your butt, and you compete at a high level every night.
Lakers trail by 12.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for Portland.
The coaching staff must be happy that they controlled their turnovers so well in this game.
Excellent self-control and patience tonight.
And so all the hard work here tonight converted into a tally in the win column. It'll be number 26 on the year.
And they've put themselves into the driver's seat in regards to the season series with this team. Tonight's win will give them a 2-1 edge with only one left to play.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Damian Lillard.
Oh, man, anticipation, instincts, energy, all his tools were on display tonight as he lit the place up.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
And you know they are, sure. I mean, come on, the finish line is in sight. All they have to do is play it smart.
Powell, that's good.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Well, this is what guys play for, and when it pans out like this, it's a great feeling.
Lillard outside. The 3-ball. No good there. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us.
As other pieces in Ohio, Cease, and Bobby Buckets. With the new Lakers gaming squad roster, what role do you think will be best suited for you?
I think we just got to see when this season starts during scrims. If I got to play lock, I'll play lock. If I got to play
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Up next, we welcome you to Noche and Beyond. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for him.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
And now the Lakers starting group. They've got Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Marc Gasol is out there with Morris. Then there's Kyle Kuzma. And it's Schroeder in at the 1. And for Dallas, Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Richardson is out there with Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward. And good that time. And as we come down the home stretch, some teams in position for the playoffs. How do you prepare for those young players who haven't been there yet, are wide-eyed and learning as they go?
You know, I'm not sure there's any preparing for it. I mean, they're going to be expected to contribute. You've got to be prepared from the standpoint of knowing your assignments, and because there's so much more information today, that does help. but the reality is they've already given the coaching staff a reason to think they have what it takes to help them make a run.
Josh Richardson with the athletic play at the rim. It's all about making sure you get a quality look, and that's one.
Shooter passes to Gasol. Then Gasol with the dunk.
Attacking the defense with the pass. Don't need to be a hero.
Schroeder against Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
And when you want Doncic, he's one of those guys who kind of just slithers around until he finds an opening, and then bam. And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told him, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Boy, he can really pass it, and it turns out Doncic is all of that and more.
And even Nash himself called Doncic a dream prospect.
Yeah, it said Luka was big and mobile enough in the modern game, can guard multiple positions, has a skill set, a winning mentality, and those leadership qualities. Steve Nash sounding like a future GM.
Now, here's Kleba. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. 5 on the clock. Redick for 3. Offensive rebound, Mavericks. A second chance effort. Porzingis can't hit.
That was excellent contest, preventing him from making something that's usually automatic.
Kuzma kicks to Morris. A putback, and Gasol able to finish. And it's a tie ball game.
Marc Gasol does so many things. One of my favorite attributes, toughness and grit he brings to this team.
Doncic with it. Guarded now by Morris. And the foul called on Markieff Morris. That's his first foul. Pass to Finney-Smith. Redick against Matthews. Just 5 to shoot. And it's Porzingis that time on the assist from Redick.
This is just one of many areas where Redick has improved, reading the floor and finding his guys for good quality shots.
Matthews into the lane. Porzingis with the block. Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession. There's 1:54 left here in the first quarter. Horton Tucker, the pass to Harrell. Launches it. Horton Tucker's shot is off. And so Doncic will bring it up for Dallas. They're coming off that win against Minnesota.
Well, on the road, you don't expect to look so comfortable on the offensive end, but that was the story of the game.
Yeah, they look right at home, except they weren't. Great job of blocking out the noise.
Here's Doncic. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Minnesota. And they double up Doncic. Back to Redick. Fires from deep. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. For Los Angeles, they've gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. And Harrell slams it in.
I mean, a dunk machine dating back to high school. Montrezl Harrell is an absolute monster around the rim.
Now, here's Doncic. He has 6. Horton Tucker with the rebound. Clock management. This is where they can get a 2-for-1.
And Kevin, every opportunity counts.
It's good.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Another shot outside for Redick. Over in the corner, Doncic. Down low. Here's Porzingis. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Porzingis has got his second basket.
And what a motor. Porzingis is an all-star talent who is also willing to do the dirty work.
It's tipped. Porzingis with the steal. Now here's Redick, the fast break opportunity. Off target from 3-point range. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Lakers on top, leading by just 2. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And we welcome you back to our special Noche Latina broadcast as the second quarter getting going right now. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Lakers here so far, guys.
Showing a lot of confidence in their rotation. They went right to that bench when they needed points.
This is where you credit the guys in the front office for going out and getting you the pieces you need.
Taking a look at the Lakers. They've got Harold. Matthews out there with Kyle Kuzma. And it's Caruso in at the point guard position. And they pick up 2.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Now here's Brunson. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Timberwolves in Minneapolis.
He was really aggressive on the glass, too. He really racked up on the boards out there.
Here's Harold. Good on the shot. Harold's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. Los Angeles leading by 4. Now Kuzma. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Pelicans in New Orleans.
Solid at fighting through contact. I like how Kuzma accepts these challenges and converts.
Now here's Richardson. Brunson the pass to Cauley Stein. Greg, you and I talk about the big man, his role in the current NBA, and how they can possibly carry the standard for the great centers before them. You played with the great one in Patrick Ewing, so you have a great appreciation, I would think, for.
Oh, no doubt about it. And I think 2 guys kind of separated themselves a little bit. Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid, I think, are the 2 guys that stand out for me because of their ability, in essence, to do everything well. They can shoot it, they pass it, they can shoot it from the free throw line, they give you rim protection. I throw Rudy Gobert up there as an elite center as well. Doesn't have the offensive impact that those guys have, but he does impact the game as well.
3 young, dynamic centers. Those are good names.
Kyle Kuzma is trying to be more of a team player. Whether he's coming off the bench or starting, he's starting to accept his role.
Brunson finds Cauley Stein. Brunson up top. He's guarded by Schroeder. Just 5 on the clock. Redick for 3. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
This is how it's been so far. He's missed every shot he's taken, and the team is suffering the consequences.
Yeah, liking the vision there from Caldwell Pope, looking to get his guys going when they're open.
Here's Brunson after the basket by the Lakers. Pass to Cauley Stein. Rejected by Gasol. And here's the break. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Morris is checked in.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Now, here's Doncic. He's got 6. Back to Porzingis. Doncic outside. Trying to find Porzingis. Gets it to him.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
Well, coming into the league with immense potential, Porzingis has already fulfilled much of it. Already an all-star. But, you know, Greg, there are still areas he's working on.
Yeah, he's definitely getting stronger and more physical. You'd like to see him make the next pass a little more often when a teammate has a better shot. But if he can just stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit on what he can accomplish.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That's his first foul. Kuzma, left side. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
In the paint, Kuzma goes on the attack, making sure to play into the foul. After having no trips to the free throw line in the first period, he's being much more aggressive now.
And the second free throw, good.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
Doncic outside. Passes it to Porzingis. Five to shoot. Back to Doncic. Shoots over Schroeder. Doncic, no good.
You expect him to make that, especially from that distance.
That shot by Caldwell Pope, no good.
He liked to have that one back. That's easy money.
Doncic against Schroeder. Doncic, no good.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Morris. Ball stolen. And here we go. The Mavericks in a fast break. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And Doncic, here we go.
And guys, the intelligence is evident. When the pick comes, Doncic often makes the right read.
And the Lakers with possession here. With 1 on the clock. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's Kyle Kuzma making things happen for Los Angeles. He notched 8 points.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. What a pleasure it is to. And, of course, the duo of Anthony Davis and LeBron James in action. Ladies, Kenny. When's the... And that...
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same level of energy over these last 2 quarters.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. On the floor for Dallas, Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Luka Doncic. Oh, what a play!
Showing why he's an elite talent. Porzingis making difficult physical finishes look effortless.
Hey, Greg, if you could coach one team right now, who would it be?
That's a tough one. Clippers, Lakers, Bucks. You know what? I would probably go Lakers or Bucks because you would have an opportunity to coach someone who arguably might be considered the best to ever play the game, because I think Giannis is trending in that direction and LeBron obviously already is.
How about a guy like Kemba Walker and coaching the Celtics, having him to do what you want to do on the floor?
Oh, he'd be brilliant, and
yeah.
Kemba, one of the most underrated leaders in our game. Great human being.
And that one's good. Schroeder.
We talk about Schroeder's toughness. Just shrugs off the hit and keeps on going.
Doncic passes to Porzingis. And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. Mike Powell comes in for Maxi Kleber. J.J. Redick's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Horton Tucker's checked in. That one's good. The Laker lead is cut down to just 1 on the bucket from J.J. Redick. And it's Schroeder with the ball. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. They've led by as much as 10.
Having a shaky time from the floor, but his teammates have been picking up the slack.
Powell, the pass to Cauley-Stein. For the lead, he takes it up and lays it in. And the Mavericks lead by 1.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Schroeder outside. And that's a foul called on Dwight Powell. That's his first foul. Hardaway's checked in for the Mavericks. And then for the Lakers, Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Gasol. Matthews comes in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Alex Caruso in for Dennis Schroeder.
This is Montrezl Harrell, strong offensive rebounder with the skill to make good on the second chance.
Redick dishes to Cauley Stein. Back to Redick. Cauley Stein in the post. Harrell on him. And Cauley Stein throws it down.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think.
It's sort of a hired gun. Redick's been a premier floor spacer in this league for a long time.
Listen to these numbers, GA, for his career. He has shot over 40% from three. One season, he hit 47% from beyond the arc. And I can tell you, that is a tough mark to hit. And over the years, his incredible range has just become more and more valuable.
Redick passes to Pop. Back to Redick. From deep. Dallas keeping it alive. A fresh 14. 6 on the shot clock. They'll double him with Harrell. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game.
Luka Doncic, he's checked in for J.J. Redick. .137 left in the third quarter of the game. Matthews finds Morris. Will it go? He lays it in. Caruso's got his first basket of the night.
That's the pass you want. Orchestrating the offense, creating for others.
Brunson, the bounce pass. Doncic looking it over. The pass to Cauley Stein. Here's Brunson. Cauley Stein trying to free himself up. No good with the layup.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Dallas making a switch here. Redick is checked in. And the Lakers also making a change. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Markieff Morris. Hardaway with it. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And here's Brunson. Redick with the three. Sinks the three-pointer. Redick's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for Dallas. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Matthews dishes to Harrell. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. To the paint. It's rebounded by Dallas. Cauley Stein's got 4 rebounds in this game. Hardaway passes to Brunson. Kicks to Redick. And we've reached the end of the third. Mavericks lead by 5. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or 2 when he needs to.
Whatever the offense requires, that has to be your mindset. Always thinking team first.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. So for the Lakers right now, we've got Dennis Schroeder. Harrell is out there with Marc Gasol. Then it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Kuzma in at the 3 spot.
A blur in the open court. Schroeder covers ground in a hurry.
Here's Richardson. It's stolen by Schroeder. Fast break, the Lakers. And it goes for the 5th time and 10 shots for him this game.
And we could have been looking at a two-possession game, but that was a huge mistake on the turnover. Now, nerves becoming a factor.
Richardson with it. Gasol covering. Porzingis can't hit. And here's Gasol. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. And, oh, that was close. He draws the foul. He'll shoot two.
And that quick first step that Caldwell Pope possesses is lethal. Drawing the contact there thanks to his aggressiveness.
Mavericks making a switch here. Doncic is checked in.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Pass to Porzingis. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got assist number 5 here tonight.
His shooting has been outstanding here. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Schroeder kicks to Harrell. Ball's knocked loose. And here we go. Richardson heading to the hoop. So it's Richardson with the jam.
I mean, in transition, Josh Richardson is fast with or without the ball in his possession.
Here's Caldwell Pope. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And he makes the first. And the Lakers making a change here. Morris is checked in. And Caldwell Pope drops them both.
Yeah, much improved foul shooter. KCP also starting to get to the line at a higher rate.
Doncic, bounce pass. Kleba kicks to Finney-Smith. He dishes it to Doncic. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. They get Marc Gasol.
And so confident. Even amongst the trees, Doncic is fantastic at forcing the issue close to the rim.
And we're around 2 minutes into the 4th quarter here. Morris against Kleba. Gasol dishes to Morris. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. And here's the fast break. Richardson leading the way. That's good from Doncic on the assist by Richardson. Doncic has got 4 points now in the quarter.
An even stronger second half. Tremendous efficiency at the offensive end of the floor.
Mavericks leading by 5. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Here's Porzingis. Basket good.
And what a luxury to run pick and rolls with Porzingis. He can roll to the basket or pop out for that jump shot.
Lakers trail by 7. Now here's Schroeder. Pass to Morris. Back to Schroeder. Gasol. And Gasol able to finish.
Big possession. Good idea to get the ball into the hands of Marc Gasol.
The Mavericks have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the 4th. A pretty nice efficiency there. Doncic against Schroeder. Passes to Porzingis. Score that one for him. His 8th field goal. 8 for 11 on a very accurate night.
Keep getting it to this man. I mean, once Porzingis catches fire, there is no putting that out.
And an intentional foul right there. A different look for Dallas. Melly is checked in for Maxi Kleba. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Richardson. Here's Dallas. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Redick surveying the D. Back to Doncic. 6 to shoot. Left side, Redick. The Lakers with the rebound.
This has reached desperation time for them.
For them to have a chance, everything has to go right on both ends from this point on.
And not exactly quick off the floor, but Luka uses great anticipation to make defensive plays.
Outside, Redick. Back to Doncic. Outside, Redick. It's stolen by Morris. And here they come.
And how about the poise Caldwell Pope displayed on that possession? They needed an important basket, and he was ready and willing.
Nice D from Doncic. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. It's Redick on the wing, takes the three, and the three ball is good. Redick's got the lead up to 8 now for the Mavericks.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
You know what? They talked about this at halftime, and they're doing a better job of creating space. And stepping up with the game on the line, Marc Gasol delivering in the clutch.
So we see the Mavericks get the win here. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but in the end, everyone's satisfied. All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.
2K?
If you're going for the 2K League, you need to be
.2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Hi, everyone. Time to get into it. And payday.
Hey, Kevin, the clip.
There's been a transformation here in L.A. There is no doubt about that. DA, thank you. And here we can check out the story for Paul George.
his effective field goal percentage, a favorite stat of the analytics crowd, has been on the way down over his past 10 games. His game isn't as well-rounded as it needs to be.
Now let's check out our starters for the Los Angeles Lakers. Marc Gasol is out there with Markieff Morris. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. Then there's Kyle Kuzma. And it's Caldwell Pope in at the 2-guard. And for the Clippers, Batum is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. That's Rajon Rondo. And it's Jackson in at the point guard position.
And drawing first blood, you know coach likes that momentum out of the gate.
Well, for us, it'll be interesting. Can they keep that kind of pace up all game long?
No good from Gasol. And it's Rondo with the ball for the Clippers. Kicks it out to Leonard. From deep. From beyond the arc and then some. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said. Here's Schroeder following the basket by Nicholas Batum. Here's Gasol. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Such a clever offensive player. Gasol is especially crafty at finding ways to draw contact while shooting.
He hits the second from the line. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. The Clippers have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Back to Rondo. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Leonard looking around. Batum wide open. He fires. Misses the 3.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Here's Schroeder. That one no good. So the Clippers will take it the other way. They went to Los Angeles for their last meeting with the Lakers and came out with a victory.
Yeah, really ratcheted up the pressure in their last matchup, getting steals and just creating havoc defensively.
The turnover margin was well within their favor, and you have to point to that ferocious D they played as the biggest factor in that win.
Now here's Gasol. And here's Schroeder. He's off on that one.
Man, he's had 3 good looks at the basket and nothing to show for it.
And the Croatian big man, Ivica Zubac, a big hip-hop fan. His teammates call him Zupop.
It's amazing that he was traded from the Lakers to the Clippers, so still home games here at Staples Center.
Now the Lakers on the break. Here's Morris. Stolen by Jackson, and it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope with the foul. That's his first foul. Both teams deciding to change it up. Clippers leading by 8. On the wing, Morris. And there's the foul. Here we go on Alex Caruso. That's his first foul. And the Clippers making a change here. Kennard's checked in. Outside, George. Pass to Kennard. Here's Mann. Clock at 6. George passes to Kennard. Shoots over Matthews. Got a piece of it. Morris inside. To the right side. Offensive rebound. Passes it to Caruso. Second shot opportunity, and stolen by Patterson. Now the Clippers moving it up. Here's George. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. And he throws it down hard with one hand.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
You have to credit the aggressiveness offensively, because that's when you make a play when you really need it.
Now, here is George. Just 5 to shoot. Drains it from beyond the arc.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Here's Caruso. Coming in off a 10-point game his last outing. And it's Harrell missing. Now here is George. He's guarded closely. Now the feed to Patterson. From downtown, and Paul George with the three. George has got his second bucket of the night.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Outside Matthews. Here's Harrell, and he lays it straight in.
He gets really excited about finishing through contact.
It's George on the wing. A 17-point game for him in the win against San Antonio. Pulls it from the elbow, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. George has got his 3rd basket of the night right there. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. And catching up with Luke Kennard before the game, he discussed.
This game, it's.
You know this, it takes time mentally for the game to slow down.
It's a great point. This is why most championship teams are laden with seasoned veterans. You can't rush experience. It happens at its own pace.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a comfortable margin here for the Clippers guys.
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So for the Clippers right now, they've got Patrick Patterson. Morris is out there with Paul George. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's man in at the 1. Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Caldwell Pope, he's checked in for Matthews. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Alex Caruso. Now here's Leonard. Boy, he was something else against San Antonio.
Very easily could have been an and one there. Leonard takes the contact and still maintains the focus to make the score.
That's to Kuzma. Feeds it to Harrell. Shoots over Zubats. And it's Harrell missing.
And he gets a lot of points right there at the rim, but the defense determined not to give up the easy deuce there.
Morris inside. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. And it's Leonard missing.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
Clippers leading by 12. Now the dish to Morris. Back to Leonard. Zubats trying to break loose. Leonard with the bucket.
Oh, no. Just don't let him get his feet set. Leonard has become a deadeye on the catch and shoot opportunities.
Here's Schroeder. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Zubats has got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
And Marcus Morris has raised some eyebrows in the last couple years, just being a much more efficient scorer.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Marcus Morris. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Luke Kennard. Marcus Gasol is checked in for the Lakers.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And it's Kuzma with the ball for the Los Angeles Lakers. They trail by 16. Defeated by the Pelicans in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, I mean, on the road, their defense was just overrun. Couldn't match the intensity of the opponent, and it cost them.
Well, let's hope there isn't any carryover from that letdown in this one.
And last season, Marcus Morris is named one of the hottest on the trade market.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in Marcus Morris's offseason a year ago. A lot of contenders looking to add him to the roster. Handshake deal with the Spurs, switch to the Knicks, and then eventually traded to the Clippers. So grab your musical chair and try to find a seat.
Here's Caldwell Pope. Goes back up. Here's Schroeder. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Schroeder's got his first 2 points.
Well, Schroeder down there sneaking in and able to pick up a loose ball board and get a hoop.
Outside Leonard.
As a big, once you get position inside, it allows you to fight and come away with a lot of tough boards.
Rondo with the ball. Now guarded by Caldwell Pope. Batum for 3. Hands it from downtown. Batum's got 5.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
Schroeder passes to Harrell. Up again, and Gasol able to finish.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. Now here's Leonard. He has 7. Now the pass to Zubac. Leonard inside. He's against Kuzma. Leonard, no luck.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Here's Harrell, and Rondo sends it back.
An average shot blocker. The key for Rondo is to know when to leap up for those rejections. That time using length.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Lakers trail by 15. Schroeder finds Kuzma. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Here's Rondo. Here's Batum. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
And just a great job of controlling that defensive backboard, then getting out in transition. That's been the difference.
Here's Schroeder. And the rejection by Zubac. Gasol. It's good on the putback.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Rondo looking over the floor. It's stolen by Schroeder. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
After one half of play, it's been a one-sided affair. Hey, everybody, welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson alongside you. And load management the last few seasons, a common occurrence for Kawhi Leonard, missing about a quarter of the rate. And that.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Paul George really making a difference here.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
So the Lakers 5 right now. We've got Dennis Schroeder. Markieff Morris is out there with Marc Gasol. Then there's Kyle Kuzma. And it's Caldwell Pope in at the 2 spot. Leonard finds Zubac. Now Jackson. Back to Leonard. 6 on the shot clock. The Clippers need to get off a shot. And the dunk by Zubac.
Well, you see the improvement in terms of high-level playmaking, a great understanding of all the offensive scheme that Kawhi Leonard possesses.
Outside for Jackson. Rondo dishes to Batum. Back to Rondo. Clippers moving the ball around. Leonard the pass to Zubac. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. A lot of great talkers over the years, trash talkers on the floor in this league. Do you think they do it more to get themselves going, Greg, or do they do it with the purpose of getting under their opponent's skin?
And Kevin, that's a great question. And believe it or not, you see both. I've seen guys who do it to get under your skin, and I've also seen guys that do it for their own benefit. That's how they derive their confidence. And so
It's about you figuring out what works for you. I've seen some guys, they don't say smack. They don't say a word during the course of the game, but they will cut your heart out. So it's just about what fits your personality in terms of making you play your best.
Well, I'm glad you don't trash talk here on 2K, Greg. I'll tell you that right now.
No, we don't do that. Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Clippers leading by 11. Outside, George. Pass to Coffee. Stolen. And here we go with Morris, running it up the court. And that one's good, Caruso. Caruso's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Lakers. Now, here's George. He's got 8. Passes it to Kennard. Morris outside. Now, here's Kennard. Defense is right there. And here's what the schedule for the Lakers looks like. On Thursday, they'll be facing Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers. And then on Friday, they'll be matching up with Andre Drummond and the Cleveland Cavaliers.
And for their matchup with the Bucks, that's a contest that could easily go either way. Small mistakes could be the difference, and both teams will need to be at their best.
Harrell, he's checked in for the Lakers. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. Kennard for 3. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Lakers trail by 11. Matthews, no good. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. 17 points was their biggest margin. To the inside. The shot by George, wide open. And the Clippers miss again.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
To the paint. Caruso kicks to Matthews. A 3 from Morris. It's stolen by Morris. There's 1:47 left in the third quarter. Yep, it counts. Oturu's got 4 this quarter.
And an excellent pass by Morris, a guy known for his finishing ability, but he also has the skills to facilitate.
Here's Harrell. The Clippers grab the miss.
Hate to say it, but if they're still trailing at the final buzzer, a lot of this is going to be felt by him. His shooting tonight has just been atrocious.
Lakers trail by 15. Caruso, the pass to Morris. To the middle. Here's Harrell. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. Good time now to bring up the league leaders in field goal percentage. The real stats, the real scores from the real NBA. The 4th spot held by Montrezl Harrell.
And just so reliable offensively. It's one thing to find good looks, but you've got to finish when you get them, and he does at a fantastic rate.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Harrell. Caldwell Pope comes in for Wesley Matthews. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Alex Caruso. Schroeder outside. Now here's Caldwell Pope. He's guarded closely. And it's sent back by Morris. And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. A different look for the Clippers. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. And it's Leonard in for George. Now here's Leonard. 17-point lead, their biggest. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Caldwell Pope left side. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
And sweet drive there. KCP, a smooth operator with terrific straight line speed.
Now Leonard. He has 7. He feeds it to Patterson. Good work there as it goes. Patterson's got his first bucket of the night.
Of all the action happening there, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
Schroeder finds some deceptive ways to make you foul him. Someone who can nail some shots despite getting hit on the way up.
Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession.
I know people can't see you, but you're doing what I'm doing, scratching your head to that turnover.
And it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Leonard. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. Well, through 3/4 of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. The Clippers on top. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the 4th quarter, but stranger things have happened. We've got Kawhi Leonard. Patrick Patterson is out there with Batum. Then there's Reggie Jackson, and it's man in a shooting guard. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Your son, Cole Gregg, was one of the top high school players in America. A lot of services had him number 1. Talk about what it was like going through the recruiting process as a dad.
You know, it was fun for the most part because he really kind of kept everything in perspective. And the teams we dealt with, the schools we dealt with, man, they were all top-notch. So that process, about as enjoyable as one could ask for. But at the same time, it's still stressful, man. That's still your little guy getting ready to head off to college.
Well, you're a dad and a proud one at that.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
And trust me, Dennis Schroeder would love to score the basketball, but his ability to set up his teammates is also effective.
Kuzma against Leonard. Outside for Jackson. Fires the 3. Leonard, no luck.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And that's the hustle you love seeing from Kuzma. When he moves like that, he is tough to guard.
Here's Leonard, and he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Clippers lead by 13.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
And it's Schroeder missing.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
Zubac, the pass to Leonard. Back to Zubac. Kicks it out to Leonard, and there's the whistle. 3-second violation. George is checked in for the Clippers. The Lakers also making some changes. Harrell comes in for Marc Gasol. And it's Alex Caruso in for Caldwell Pope. Here's Schroeder, and he converts the layup.
I mean, could we say he was playing possum a bit there in the first half? Because it seems to be a different guy out there, way more assertive.
George looking over the floor. And he overdid it there. Too much force, it looked like, on the foul, and he's called for the flagrant.
And Kevin, I got to tell you, he's probably fortunate to just get a flagrant 1 there. I mean, so much contact. The officials easily could have gone even harder on him.
Greg, I agree. He'd better be on his best behavior from now on. One more flagrant of any variety, and he's out of here. And the Clippers making a change here. Coffey's checked in. Back to George. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. And here we go. Lakers running again. It's good, and the Clipper lead is cut to just 11 on the basket from Kuzma.
Well, if you're giving up that much height, the only thing that you can do as a defender is to foul him.
Outside, George. In the corner, it's Patterson. Down low. Pass to George. Shot clock at 6. Puts it up from 15. And that's good off the glass that time. George has got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, when Paul George has that kind of length and then has the high release point that he does, very few people are going to get to it to block a mid-range jumper like that.
The putback, great positioning on the putback.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Outside, George. And it's Zubats atop the key. And George, here we go. Count that bucket. And the Clippers lead by 13.
When you're a veteran player like Paul George, you understand that even 24 seconds is a long time. Great patience to wait for that play.
Yes, that goes in. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Outside, George. Inside, Zubats. And the dunk by Zubats.
Well, Paul George definitely had a chance to take that one himself, but he makes the smart play and a quick dish to a teammate.
To the middle, here's Harrell. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
That kind of looks like a predictable shot, one that they want. The defense has to prevent the ball from getting into that sweet spot.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for the Clippers.
Tonight, they did a great job of getting everyone involved. They had the good passing, and that led to some open shots.
Solid play, definitely, Kevin.
And so taking a look at their record, a nice milestone they'll be picking up tonight. 30 wins on the year now. Schroeder against Jackson. And Harrell, the bucket on the assist by Schroeder.
Look, it's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Yeah, it's tough to mount a comeback like this and then fall oh so short. I'm sure that's weighing on them just a little bit.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. And there's the pass to Schroeder. Here's Morris. Out left to the wing. Pass to Schroeder. Now Harrell. Zubats defending. The 9-foot shot. And it's sent back by George.
Not many guys have the two-way ability of a Paul George. Just as dangerous defensively as he can be offensively.
So the Clippers winning this one easily. Some good competition. David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge.
#1 overall WNBA draft pick back in 2008. And since then, she's been blazing trails and inspiring young women.
And as a part of our ongoing series on social justice and in honor of Women's History Month, she is back this week with part 2 of Respect Your OGs, this time tributing WNBA legend Lisa Leslie. Here's her story.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And it was quite a display as the Trailblazers arrived and taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for him.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Norman Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the center. And for the Lakers, Marc Gasol is out there with Markieff Morris. Then it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Then there's Dennis Schroeder, and it's Kuzma in at the 3 spot. And at this part of the regular season, that rookie wall, Clark, is a real thing. You know that. Does it hit all rookies or just a couple?
Kevin, I certainly think that's a real thing for every rookie. At some point, quite honestly, whether it's mental, physical, or a combination of the two, when you've only played 35, 40 games max in any given year, and now you're playing 85 to 90 when you count preseason games, your body needs time to adjust to that, and usually you've got to go through a wall to get to the other side of it.
I mean, call him a combo guard, 2, whatever. McCollum is a scorer first and foremost, and when he puts it on the deck, young fella is going to the hoop.
Boy, he really bungled that finish.
Here's Covington, and the dunk by Covington.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Here's Caldwell-Pope. No good off the back of the rim.
And guys, not sure where his head was on that shot. Not what this offense was designed to create.
Not at all. I mean, that's where they want him looking for a teammate, not trying to do it on his own. He needs to share the wealth there.
3-pointer. Morris with the rebound.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Well, it was the Los Angeles Lakers in their last game, a loss to New Orleans.
Scoring efficiency was an issue in that one. Took them too many shots to get their points.
Yeah, and I think they just seem to be a page behind, a step slower out there all game.
And their offense already in a flow, some stellar shooting to jump out to this league.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will retain possession.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
You know, fellas, 1 second quicker, and that's going the other way.
And a chance there to look back at the stunning mobile 1 block a moment ago.
And early in the game, a defensive play like that goes a long way, establishing the attitude you want.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Yeah, you've got to turn up the dial on the intensity at the defensive end if you're them. I mean, it's still early, but I agree with you.
The Lakers making a switch here. Matthews is checked in. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard.
The dogged intensity Harrell has is just insane. And he uses all this energy to his advantage, particularly on the glass.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
And, you know, establishing that physical dominance early gives you a big mental edge, too. Don't discount that.
Here's Horton Tucker. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Harrell on the follow.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they?
Yes, they can. They can't allow him to beat them to too many more of those.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
And McCollum on the floor, all business. Off the court, he's a very outspoken player, very colorful guy. And Greg, you were saying you see a future in media for him when he stops playing.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, McCollum spoke up quickly about the seriousness of the virus when they were playing. He's very knowledgeable and shares what's on his mind. A media position after he's done playing is a very real possibility if he chooses to. Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
It's stolen by Morris. Here's Caruso. And Anthony sends it back. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Anthony. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Jones is checked in. There's 42 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Morris. And Morris throws it down.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Yeah, you know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Well, everything's coming too easily. I mean, at some point defensively, you have to take something away.
Here's Caruso. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range. You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
And that one released in time, but no good. And after just one quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. Trailblazers lead by 11. Live from the Staples Center,
I think it comes from the...
And that's the kind of support, Greg, he gives his teammates on and off the floor.
And, you know, guys naturally trust him. They believe in him, and he typically comes through when they need him.
And we return to the second quarter, and Noche Latina specialized jerseys on display. Welcome back, everyone. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Trailblazers.
They've made the commitment to get out and run, and it's paid off with some highlight reel plays in transition.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
Contavious Caldwell-Pope is out there with Dennis Schroeder. And it's Marc Gasol. Then it's Montrezl Harrell. And it's Horton Tucker in at the 3. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. And that one is good.
And usually amongst the leaders in their offensive rebound rate, Cantor gives your team found points off misses.
Pass to Caldwell-Pope. Here's Horton Tucker. Defended by Jones. Harrell on the foul.
Way to work the glass. Buffet style. Second chance buckets. They can make a big difference.
Lillard attacking, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
Boy, I love watching Lillard turn on the Jets using that astounding speed to blaze past the defenders.
Here's Schroeder. Anthony with the block. And here we go, Anthony heading to the hoop. Here's Simons. Finished off the break. Simons has got 6.
Carmelo Anthony showing you his passing skill there.
Schroeder surveying the floor. Keeps it alive. It's good on the putback. And so Lillard will bring it up for Portland. They've led by as many as 14 points. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. The NBA continues to build international academies to develop prospects from other countries. Already, academy graduates are playing Division I college basketball. And before long, NBA players should start emerging from that pipeline. The league continues to reach out to find overlooked youngsters who have a gift and give them the opportunity. Guys?
Outstanding, David. Thank you. Schroeder, left side. Pass to Horton Tucker. Just 5 on the clock. Anthony against Harrell. Portland leading by 15. The pass to Simons. Back to Canner. Trailblazers moving the ball around. 17-foot shot on the way. Out to Anthony. Pass to Simons. Shoots the three. They get the rebound. Cantor. And Gasol sends it back.
You really got to admire the reach of Gasol. He's excellent at utilizing those long arms of his to turn away shots.
Kyle Kuzma's checked in for the Lakers. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Cantor. Robert Covington comes in for Anthony. And McCollum subbed in for Anthony Simons.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Oh, man, still a goose egg for him in the scoring column.
Passes it to Nurkic. Back to Jones. And no good. But close on that one, so he'll shoot two. Kyle Kuzma picks one up. The Trailblazers shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe. I'm sure you've got a list, Greg, of players you've visited with over the years who you really enjoy spending some time with and talking to.
I mean, there are so many, Kevin. A couple guys, and there is a little bias as a point guard, but Damian Lillard and Steph Curry and Chris Paul, three guys that, you know, I enjoy sitting down and talking shop with. Giannis, you know, witnessing his journey to greatness, all the while he remains humble and really appreciates his position. So several of these guys, I'm also not just an analyst, partner, but a fan, and a big fan of theirs.
You are a fan indeed. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot two free throws. First trip to the line for him here.
At the line for your Lakers, Alex Caruso, taking 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. And he's good on the second. 51 seconds left in the second quarter. It's Jones on the wing. And it's McCollum in the corner. Shoots over Matthews. Up again. There's Nurkic putting it right back in.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
34 seconds left to play in the first half. Here's Jones, and Jones with the stuff.
Great dish from Nurkic there. He really has a sixth sense for those reads.
To the inside. And that one's good, Caruso. Caruso's got 5 now.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
The feed to Nurkic. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And with his skill, Nurkic can score from anywhere on the court. But when you're 280, his skills probably better utilized inside. Oh, why, dunk you very much.
He can really fly, and you combine that, Greg, with some nice penetration, too, and you've got 2 points. Thanks, David, and we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson. Damian Lillard has been having a big night. He had 12 points, 2 rebounds, and that's all for now. Say goodbye.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the court right now for the Trailblazers. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the 3, the small forward. McCollum against Schroeder.
What a professional. McCollum's reliability on offense is such a gift to his team.
Down low, Caldwell Pope lays it up and in off the pretty assist. He has 6.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Lillard misses. Lakers trail by 16. Fast break, here they come. Here's Caldwell Pope from down in the low post. It goes. Caldwell Pope's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, you certainly can't fault him as the reason they're behind. He's been on target and on top of his game.
And Lillard kicks to Powell. No good from outside.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
To the paint. Offensive rebound. And Schroeder stays with it.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Craig, he's ferocious when the ball goes up.
That's what they've got him out there for, fellas.
Here's Lillard. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. Lillard's got 14 points for the game.
And once they roll the ball out there, Lillard turned on the switch. He is doing it all tonight.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Greg, when you played for the Knicks, I always heard that Charles Oakley would cook for the players. Is that true?
Absolutely. Oak was very particular about his food. And I got to tell you, he knows his way around the kitchen. And to be honest, I would never tell him otherwise.
Well, what was his specialty?
Whatever he made, it was special. It wouldn't matter.
And Cantor throws it down.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Well, I tell you what, they've got this team just a step away from being completely asleep.
Trailblazers leading by 15. Anthony dishes to Cantor. Outside, Covington. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell.
You know, Covington's ability to space the floor and his length at the defensive end is something every team is looking for. He is the prototypical 3-and-D player in my mind.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Matthews comes in for Marc Gasol. And it's Alex Caruso in for Dennis Schroeder.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Covington passes to Cantor. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Kuzma. That one doesn't drop. Good work defensively by Anthony. Cantor, the pass to Carmelo. Powell, no one around him. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. Powell's got his second basket of the night.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
And there's the foul. We'll go on Alex Caruso. That's his first foul. So for the Trailblazers, Jones checked in for Robert Covington, and McCollum subbed in for Anthony Simons. Takes a shot at the elbow. Again, the Trailblazers score.
And with that great handle and high basketball IQ, McCollum remains a lethal pick-and-roll option.
Horton Tucker, the pass to Harrell. And Harrell slams it in.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points.
Hey, I thought there was some style there, guys. What are you guys looking at? I mean, it was still a pretty sweet, flavorful one-hand flush.
And the dunk by Powell.
Offensively, McCollum sees the floor well. Not surprised to see him spot the open teammate.
Here's Caruso. And there's the call on Montrezl Harrell. That'll be his second foul of the game. Morris is checked in for Kyle Kuzma. Portland also making some changes. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Cantor. And Lillard subbed in for Norman Powell. Here's Lillard. He watches it go through the hoop for his 8th make. Now 8 for 14.
At the offensive end, he's been assertive and efficient, guys. A big reason why they hold this lead right now.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Morris kicks to Caruso. Nurkic with the block.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And the Lakers get called for the foul. It's his first trip to the line. First free throw is good.
You know, it took Nurkic a while to kind of establish himself as a starting center in the NBA, but it didn't take long to see it's a role he deserves.
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Trailblazers out in front, opening up a huge gap. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Caldwell Pope. Then there's Markieff Morris. Then it's Montrezl Harrell. And it's Matthews in at the small forward. That's the Laker 5. Three-pointer, Lillard. Straight D that time from Dennis Schroeder. Lakers trail by 18. He kicks it to Morris. He can't get it to go. Good work defensively by Anthony. Nurkic the pass to Lillard. Kicks it out to McCollum. Over Caldwell Pope. They get it back. Lillard against Schroeder. Lillard with the bucket.
No excuse giving Lillard that kind of positioning. That's just too easy.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
McCollum passes to Lillard. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. McCollum's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Trailblazers.
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
Outside, Jones. The Trailblazers rebound.
There's another opportunity, and everything's going right for these guys.
Here's Morris. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Matthews has a nice feel, guys, for when a teammate has a clean look, gets him the ball.
Lillard surveying the D. Anthony, the pass to Nurkic. Back to Anthony. Right block shot, and it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Lakers trail by 18 to the inside. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Well, you know, teams look for +6s, players whose wingspans exceed their height by a half foot. Montrezl Harrell is a 6'7" player with a 7'4" wingspan. If you're struggling with the math, ladies and gentlemen, that's a +9.
Marc Gasol's checked in for the Lakers. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Wesley Matthews. Portland also making some changes. Cantor checked in for Nurkic. Robert Covington comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's Powell in for Derek Jones. The shot by Lillard wide open. And he's good on the 3 ball. Lillard's got 11 in the second half. And between his length and his athleticism, Montrezl Harrell well suited for that role of small ball center, Greg, in today's NBA.
Yeah, I mean, he's fearless. Even giving up a few pounds, a few inches, he'll go right at you and making steady improvements as a rebounder year over year.
Powell for three. The rebound by the Lakers. 1:32 left in the fourth. The wide open look here for Kuzma. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got rebound number 8 now on the night.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Trailblazers.
And guys, the fast break was run, I thought, beautifully all night by these guys. I think that was a big part of their success.
Yeah, they definitely ran the break well. A big advantage in that category, and they continually put pressure on the defense.
And so all the hard work here tonight converted into a tally in the win column. It'll be number 26 on the year.
And they've put themselves into the driver's seat in regards to the season series with this team. Tonight's win will give them a 2-1 edge with only one left to play.
You know, no matter what happens next time they meet, I think this was the biggest game they'll play against each other this season. Getting that 2-1 advantage means so much.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Damian Lillard.
He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long. Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
Shooting for Los Angeles.
No good on that one.
You know, some folks were saying Kuzma wouldn't even get drafted a few years ago. That's why this draft stuff is more art than science sometimes, but he has proven his doubters wrong very quickly.
And they can just let the clock run out here.
Cannot argue with the W.
Pass to Cantor. Shot clock at 5. Now here's Little. Off target with his 3. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shock.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
legend Elgin Baylor. He was an inspiration for both the sport of basketball and as a social justice pioneer, a transcendent player that changed the game and had the courage to stand up in order to change minds. He is a role model and he will be missed.
.2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And just about to get underway as the starting fives head. Good evening and welcome to tonight's presentation. GA, it's
Kevin, thank you.
Indeed, something special, David. Thanks. A moment here now to see the numbers for Luka Doncic.
And he's not passing the ball as well this month. If you look at his numbers from earlier in the season, he's not seeing the court as well. It may be a little too focused on creating his own shot than orchestrating for the guys around him.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Luka Doncic out there with Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward. And for the Lakers, they've got Morris. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is out there with Dennis Schroeder. And it's Marc Gasol. And it's Kuzma in at the 3. And that one's good. Schroeder. Doris, as we were talking, this is the point of the season when stars really start to make their case for MVP.
Yeah, typically some players get out to a hot start. Maybe the narrative builds early in their favor. You also have those players who have been in the conversation who want to turn it up a notch and maybe close the gap in the minds of those voters.
Ripped away. And here we go. Richardson heading to the hoop. Up the floor. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Kuzma outside. And Kuzma slams it in.
How about the vision of Markieff Morris? Hits the open man, has a good feel for the game. Boy, this guy can do a lot of things.
Now, here's Doncic. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Minnesota. And it's Porzingis that time on the assist by Doncic. Porzingis has got 6. And Schroeder's got the ball here for the Los Angeles Lakers. Their last meeting was in this building where they were able to come out on top.
And the last time these two met, they were able to get a big win because of that bench production. Second unit might be a factor in this one as well.
Certainly something to keep an eye on. We'll see how the rotations go this time out. Every night it seems to be different.
Doncic passes to Porzingis. Count that one.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And last year, Dallas gave Porzingis the contract he was looking for to the tune of $158 million.
And Greg, credit the Dallas organization for believing in Kristaps Porzingis' talent. And now credit Porzingis, because you have to share shot attempts and usage with Luka Doncic. What has he done? He's concentrated on better rebounding, better rim protecting. This guy is all in on winning, and what a combination these two guys can be.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Harrell, he's checked in for Gasol. And it's Alex Caruso in for Dennis Schroeder. The Mavericks also with a sub. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith.
Well, you want some unselfishness from a guy who's capable of scoring, and Tim Hardaway says, you know what, my teammate's open, I'm going to get him the ball.
Caruso, no good. Mavericks leading by 5. This offense has really been clicking.
And they know it, guys. They're playing right now with the kind of energy that is hard to deal with.
Porzingis can't hit.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Want easy looks? Don't allow the defense to set up.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
Here's Doncic following the basket by Kyle Kuzma. And stolen by Harrell. One-on-one here. Caldwell-Pope with a wide-open look. Knocked away. Caruso kicks to Caldwell-Pope. To the middle. Here's Harrell. That shot is off. And it's Dallas the other way. They're coming off that win against Minnesota.
Yeah, it was all hands on deck. Helps to get points off the bench when you're on the road.
One thing we know, great teams in the NBA get production off the bench, and that was critical that night.
Here's Caruso following the score by Dallas. Pass to Caldwell-Pope. Kept alive.
You know, defense forgets about Morris and pays the price. He loves to score and can do it a number of ways.
There's 53 seconds left to play here in the first. Porzingis passes to Doncic. Back to Porzingis. It's deflected. Second chance shot. Hacked and still knocked it down. Nice composure.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
And some changes here for the Lakers. Horton Tucker's checked in. And Wesley Matthews subbed in for Caldwell-Pope. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. Mike Powell comes in for Maxi Kleber. J.J. Redick's checked in for Josh Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Hardaway. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Feeds to Harrell. And stolen by Cauley Stein. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And the wide open shot from Redick. A 3-ball. Powell finds Redick. Now here's Doncic. 5 on the clock. It's Redick on the wing. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got his 5th assist in this one. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. We've got more in store for you right after. We welcome you back to Noche Latina. Becoming an annual tradition is always here on 2K Sports and always exciting. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Mavericks?
Well, you come in thinking they're going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Think again.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. Taking a look at the Lakers. Matthews out there with Dennis Schroeder. And it's Marc Gasol. Then it's Montrezl Harrell. And it's Horton Tucker in at the 3, the small forward. Sinks the triple.
Yeah, because Luka Doncic is such a threat to score it, it opens up the passing game, and boy, it is on display right now.
Pass to Harrell. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Doncic feeling it out. That's his 4th basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots. Off to a good start.
You cannot let Doncic get established on the interior. This guy feels very comfortable wherever he is on the floor.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Finney-Smith's checked in.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Listen, simply put, he's got to finish that. It's not like the defender was right on top of him.
And Redick, here we go. Out to the wing. And Cauley Stein has it in the corner. Powell dishes to Redick. And again, Dallas turns it over. Well, it was the Los Angeles Lakers in their last game, a loss to the Pelicans in New Orleans. And again, no good by the Lakers. Dallas leading by 11. Greg, in New York, you obviously played in a number of championship contending teams. What do the Knicks have to do to get back to that feel, that kind of team?
Well, listen, it starts with stability across the board, but mainly that means at the top. And you got to give this new front office, this new regime, an opportunity. I think they got some good young pieces, but title contenders are not in a constant state of flux right now. They've got to take their baby steps here and start moving in the right direction.
Like you say, it does begin in the front office. Outside, Redick launches a 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Matthews into the lane, goes up and lays it nice and easy.
If you give Matthews a path to the rim, he will take advantage. He is a terrific finisher at the basket.
Brunson kicks to Cauley Stein, dishes it to Redick. From downtown, it's not going to go for him. And the Lakers going the other way now.
Well, when you've been struggling as he has, you love that your teammates have really stepped up and taken the challenge.
Dallas leading by 9. 1:43 left in the first half of the game. Powell with it. Matthews covering. Reddick inside the line. Tries again. And the layup is up and in.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Matthews passes to Gasol. Here's Horton Tucker. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. 1:11 left in the first half of basketball. Brunson against Schroeder. Pass to Pop. Now here's Brunson. Defense right on him. Reddick with the three. 4 on the clock. Fires for 3. Reddick can't get that one to fall.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Well, not at the offensive end, certainly. He cannot buy a bucket right now.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, GA. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Morris is checked in for Gasol. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Montrezl Harrell. Caldwell Pope, he's checked in for Wesley Matthews. And it's Alex Caruso in for Dennis Schroeder. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Another shot, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
You simply have to respect the shooting touch with Porzingis. That time, he gets the defender closing out, but nowhere near in time.
And both free throws good for Porzingis.
You can tell when he steps to the line the kind of confidence he has in himself. It's written all over his body language.
Here's Caruso, guarded by Doncic. The pass to Horton Tucker. Here's Kuzma. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Kuzma's got his 3rd basket of the night.
And he's what I call a prepared shooter. With strong fundamentals, Kuzma is a capable threat from the perimeter.
And so that... Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the 3rd quarter gets underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, and welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie, it was all Kristaps Porzingis in the first quarter. He had 11 points. Win or lose, Kenny, the Mavericks have been one of the more stable. And that'll...
And we've got 3rd quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. It's been quite a game for Porzingis.
Man, how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
Here's who Rick Carlisle starting the second half with. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Richardson is out there with Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot. And the dunk by Doncic.
I'll tell you this, Luka Doncic will never turn down an opportunity to finish at the rim. He's elite and loves those opportunities.
Passes it to Schroeder and stolen by Richardson. Now the Mavericks moving it up. Doncic outside. Back to Porzingis. Dallas moving the ball around. And it's Doncic missing. Lakers trail by 10. Here's Caldwell Pope. Here's Kuzma. It's deflected.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Kleba, the pass to Doncic. For the 3. That doesn't go either for Doncic. Lakers have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break.
And Doris, as if it were destiny, Kleba grew up in the same hometown as Mavs legend Dirk Nowitzki.
And this is a fun and extraordinary story to tell, because in 2017, Kleba texted with Nowitzki before signing with Dallas. But though they come from the same town, they didn't know each other until they became teammates. That's extraordinary.
Here's Schroeder. The shot missing. Nice D from Porzingis.
I'll tell you, it feels all night like this guy's been forcing shots, rushing shots. He's really struggling on the offensive end.
Doncic finds Porzingis. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Lakers. They trail by 14. It's rebounded by Dallas. Doncic has got rebound number 5 here tonight. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. And the shot goes in. Doncic has got 15 points.
Well, this guy has been efficient and effective all night. That IQ has been on display.
Back to Schroeder. On the wing, Morris. Leba defending. Outside for Caldwell Pope. Shot to stop the run. And that one barely misses as he draws contact. 2 free throws coming up. Greg, you really began to emerge and got on the national scene at UNLV, but you started your college career at Portland, where you were actually named the Conference Freshman of the Year.
Yeah, how about I actually averaged more points in Portland than in any season I played at Vegas. Totally different roles, but Portland's always going to have a sweet spot in my heart. My first child was born in the great city of Portland.
Brunson kicks to Porzingis. Powell inside, covered by Morris. The shot by Powell, no good. It's Caldwell Pope with the drive. Mavericks leading by 14. And there's the foul. It'll go on Alex Caruso. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Wesley Matthews checked in for Los Angeles. Then for the Mavericks, Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Josh Richardson. And he makes that one.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Here's Horton Tucker. Covered by Redick. And the rejection by Cauley Stein.
You better come stronger than that. Cauley Stein, a presence defensively.
Runs in the pass to Cauley Stein. Rebound by Harrell.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
Horton Tucker lays it up off the glass. Horton Tucker's got his first points of the night.
Well, that possession to me highlights the importance of creating for your teammates.
Hardaway finds Brunson. Back to Hardaway. Shoots it. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. Porzingis is checked in for Willie Cauley Stein. Here's Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Well, Porzingis stays aggressive on the offensive end. And with the kind of offensive arsenal he has, it's exactly what you hope for, guys.
Here's Caruso. And an air ball on that one. Way off. Dallas leading by 16. Outside Hardaway. Right side Redick. 3-pointer. No good on that one.
He needs to look to try to drive inside and get going. That outside shot is simply not there.
And Matthews gets it to go.
You know, you worried after the Achilles injury. Could Wesley Matthews still sneak out in transition and put himself in the right position? There, no doubt.
Back to Redick. Hardaway from outside, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's Dallas, sitting with a comfortable lead, up by 14. They've been putting on a clinic. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. They've got Kyle Kuzma. Markieff Morris is out there with Harrell, and it's Horton Tucker in at the 2-guard spot. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. And Kuzma has it in the corner. Down low, here's Caruso. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
He misses the free throw. Los Angeles making a switch here. Schroeder's checked in. So he can't get either to fall. Mavericks leading by 16. Now here's Doncic. Off target from outside.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
Nobody near Schroeder. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Always better to be lucky than good when it comes to offensive rebound. And unless you're as good as he is, then those tip-ins are all about skill.
Doncic passes to Porzingis. And it's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And offensively, a little bit of a careless toss. You could have used a better angle on that pass.
Marc Gasol is checked in for Los Angeles. Caldwell Pope comes in for Alex Caruso. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for the Mavericks. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And that quick first step that Caldwell Pope possesses is lethal. Drawing the contact there thanks to his aggressiveness.
Well, it seems like every year, Greg, we see some incredible new players come to the NBA, and they are welcome with open arms. Their style of play is so terrific.
No doubt about it. You know, guys like Ja Morant, I think he's got a chance to be one of the greats. And any list about the future of the NBA has to include Luka Doncic. I don't know if there's a better basketball talent than that young man. And, you know, let's not forget about Devin Booker out in Phoenix as well. A terrific, terrific play.
Three terrific kids, you're right. Kuzma. Porzingis with the rebound. Porzingis has got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. Inside. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got his 8th assist here tonight.
Scoring through contact is something Kristaps Porzingis has got to get used to in the NBA. Teams try to get physical with this guy.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
J.J. Redick's checked in for Josh Richardson.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Porzingis kicks to Redick. From outside the arc, gets the three-pointer to fall. And the Mavericks lead by 17.
This is Redick's game to a T. Masterful at catching and firing shots with confidence and precision.
It's Kuzma penetrating. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
Mavericks leading by 14. Pass to Kleba. Doncic outside. Shoots over Schroeder, and Dallas again with the bucket.
Well, you have got to take this shot away from Luka Doncic. He's too good to be given the mid-range look.
Looking to end his cold spell, and it's Schroeder missing.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
Outside, Redick from deep three-point range. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic.
You got to guard Redick as soon as he gets across half court. He's that talented of an outside shooter.
Here's Morris. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And here's Redick. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Mavericks.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, you know, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And so this is going to end up as victory number 24 on the year.
And they're able to even the score of this series at a game apiece still. 2 more to go in the season series.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Luka Doncic.
There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got.
And Redick kicks to Doncic. 41 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And Redick the bucket on the assist by Doncic.
What confidence from the grizzled veteran. Redick is as automatic as it gets from downtown.
And finished off by Gasol.
And you can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
No doubt. It felt like they were a little tight for much of the evening. Now they're in a better flow, but it may be too little too late.
It's Caldwell Pope with the drive, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
Well, coaches love seeing this from Dennis Schroeder. Recognize the situation, find the open teammate.
Doncic dishes to Redick. Porzingis kicks to Redick. Cranes the three-pointer.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
And I couldn't agree more. What makes it that much more impressive, they're doing it on the road.
So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
2KMC.
.2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
You're looking live and down at the Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles, California. Now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Paul George.
And he's lost some of his feel for the three-point shot. It's been a tough month for him from long range compared to earlier in the season, and now he might be starting to press, which can lead to even more problems.
And the Clippers starting five. They've got Jackson. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then it's Ivica Zubac, and it's man in at the shooting guard position. And for the Lakers, Marc Gasol is out there with Markieff Morris. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. Then there's Kyle Kuzma, and it's Caldwell Pope in at the two guard. The shot's good from Kuzma.
Incredible concentration from the big man. Knock Kuzma around all you want. He's committed to scoring inside.
It seems like we're in an era of tandems in the NBA. Teams with at least two great players. Shaq, if you're selecting a pair to start a team with, mix and match however you want, who would you take?
Definitely got to take the Greek Freak, and I'm going to take Luka Doncic. Because they're superstars already, but they're still entering their prime. Give me those two, it's a wrap.
Yeah, for me, Luka, no doubt about it. It'd be interesting to see how those two would play together. I wouldn't mind pairing Luka with a guy like Kawhi, though. That could be kind of interesting.
Luka with anybody would be interesting.
That's a great point.
And that one's good. Schroeder. About a minute played so far here in the first. Kuzma against Leonard. Rejected by Gasol.
Trying to challenge Gasol, big-time two-way player. He gets it done on both ends.
Lakers working the ball around now. It's Kuzma penetrating. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play. Lakers shooting their first free throw of the night here. Free throw good, Kuzma. Jack, you always play with a lot of passion. Is it possible to play with so much fire that gets the best out of you? And if so, who in the league sometimes crosses that line and has too much of whatever that is inside that drives your pass.
You know, Greg, when we were playing, there was only one guy, Kevin Garnett. But now in this era, you got to go with Russell Westbrook, Draymond Green, and Kyrie Irving.
And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. We have got to see that sensational mobile one block again.
And early in a game, these sorts of plays really can set the tone.
Here's Mann. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. Outside Leonard. No good on the shot. Good work defensively by Gasol. Here's Caldwell Pope. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Look at Morris break down the defense on this play. If they leave one of his guys open, he's going to get it to him fast.
Shaq, you were the league MVP in 2000. Some discussion about what defines an MVP. Stats, wins, leadership. What do you think?
You know, to me, numbers don't really tell the whole story. I just think you got to have the effect of winning on your whole team, your community, the arena. You just have to, you know, display it night in and night out.
A dominance, right, that just touches everything.
A dominance.
It's still just unfathomable that man only has one MVP.
I can't get over that. I know. There are a couple guys like that in the NBA history, though, with one. How can you have one? How can you have one?
I don't know. I don't think that's not fair.
Shaq's more emotional than I recall. Yeah. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Schroeder's got 6 points.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Leonard with the ball. Now guarded by Caldwell Pope. Batum wide open. He fires. No good. And they can't put him into this drought. The league is moving to create an in-season tournament, Shaq, something that we'd seen in soccer leagues overseas. Do you like that idea?
I like that Adam Silver and the league are being forward-thinking. I think players always say if you're not getting better, you're getting worse. I think it's smart for the league to have the same approach. I just wish everybody well.
Yeah, and listen, ultimately, if they do make some changes, it's going to get some pushback, no doubt about it. But as Shaq said, when you start thinking forward, it's about those younger generations, because at some point, that's all they're going to know.
The drive by Schroeder. It's good. 8 points for him.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Leonard against Kuzma. Rejected by Gasol. And he recovers it. Batum with the 3. Zubac the pass to Leonard. Clock at 6. Left side Jackson. Kicks it out to Leonard. Right wing. Here's Mann. Rebound the Lakers. Last time they faced off, it was right here at home where they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, and their last time out against this club, turnovers really did them in. Just way too many mistakes.
Well, how often do we hear it? You know, you got to take care of the basketball. I mean, they got to be much more disciplined tonight.
Here's Leonard. The shot, no good. Good D by Gasol.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
And here's Kuzma. He's got 5. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And this is why you got to put a body on Gasol. Great size and anticipation on the glass.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter. And we welcome you back to our special Noche Latina broadcast as the second quarter getting going right now. And guys, the Lakers are pretty much in control here.
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Well, yeah, this is their preferred pace, and it's gotten them out to an early lead.
And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. Rajon Rondo is out there with Luke Kennard. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Coffey in at small forward. Here's Caruso. Got it. Good job in the low post. Caruso's got his first basket of the night. And it becomes an iconic sight, Shaq. Your statue decorating the Staples Center, immortalized in bronze. It's so impressive. What was that like?
You know, I just got to spend the day with former teammates, coaches, Laker legends. Special feeling. Every time I look up, it just, you know, brings back memories. I just want to thank the Laker organization.
Shaq gets very emotional on
is
these things.
very
You've noticed
emotional.
this it's a couple times now that
Jerry
we've
West,
seen you.
Magic Johnson.
This is very sad, even for us as your co-broadcasters here. We're even shedding a tear.
Kevin, why don't you give him a big hug?
Come here.
Lamar Odom. Oh, shit. Devin George.
Big hug. You're right. They get big. And
Mike Penberthy.
Mike Penberthy.
Yes, he was a shooter.
I know. I
remember.
remember.
Corner for 3.
A nice shot by George. George has got his first bucket in this one.
And this is why you get George the ball there. He's solid at figuring out how to capitalize. And Shaq, you were able to do what many players dream of, which is represent the U.S. on an international level. When you reflect on your time with USA Basketball, what stands out?
First of all, I should have been on that 92 team, but that's a different story. We're not going to talk about that.
But didn't they
now.
take Christian Laettner?
Yeah, they took Christian
Laettner,
Laettner.
yeah.
But I won a FIBA World Gold in '94. It's a great experience. However, I should have been on the 92 team.
I would
Should have been on the 92 team.
There's no doubt.
Should have been on the 92 team.
Which team?
92.
You should have been
92.
on it. Yeah, 92.
I'm dreaming of 92.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
92. Here's Caruso, and he finishes nicely on the layup. Caruso's got 8 points.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
In the corner, George with it. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
A guy with George's focus can shrug off the contact. He won't let the defender disrupt his rhythm.
Well, Shaq, when you talk with NBA historians, guys that coached against you, former referees, they all say you were the most difficult player to call games to referee. This was because there was so much contact back then both ways.
Well, listen, I understand it's hard to find the balance. I don't want to disrespect the referees. They're a vital part of this game. They do a wonderful job. Some say I got away with too much, and others say I got hacked every play.
We did get hacked at every play.
I know, but I don't like to complain.
I think you did get hacked. He did get hacked. In all fairness, you did. Well, first of all, you had to hit Shaq harder. You couldn't foul him the way or bump him the way you bump a normal player. You'd end up getting hurt more. But he also got away with it.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort. Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
Shaq, thanks for coming by. Entertaining as always. Happy to have you on the program. You have an open share anytime you want to join us.
Anytime, Kevin. My pleasure. Whenever you guys need me, just give me a call. If I'm not doing icy hot Krispy Kreme or the Journal Insurance, you just give me a call.
Other than that, you'll be free.
Yeah, I'll be free.
That's good to know. Greg, how awesome is it to have Shaq with us, a guy who's been in the limelight for so long, and yet he seems to deal with it effortlessly.
Kev, a sign of true greatness, making difficult things look effortless. Shaq did it on the court for 19 years, 15 as an all-star, and now he's doing it as an analyst.
Harrell against Patterson. And it's Harrell missing.
I love to see the defense exhibit some passion in protecting the rim right there.
Kennard for 3. Buries the long-range jumper.
The range on Kennard's shot just keeps getting better. He's a real threat at the arc.
Horton Tucker, the pass to Harrell. It's in. That's his 3rd field goal of the game. He's 3 for 5.
I mean, it took him a long time to get into the flow of the game, but the points are starting to come for him.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. George looking over the floor. Matthews with the steal. It's Harrell, top of the key. Now the pass to Caruso. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
9 seconds left in the first half. Jackson kicks to Morris. Here's Patterson. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him.
We love how Gasol gets after it on defense.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. It is bedlam here. And now, kicked back to the studio set after his brief tryout. And now with the second half about to get underway.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. One guy who's been getting it done is Dennis Schroeder.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, slicing through the gaps in the defense. I mean, getting many of his buckets in the paint.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. So the Lakers 5 right now. We've got Markieff Morris. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is out there with Dennis Schroeder. And it's Marc Gasol. And it's Kuzma in at the small forward position.
Wow. The size of Morris helps him down low, especially when he decides to sky high for the dunk.
Kennard, the bounce pass. Clippers moving the ball around. Here's Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And we've seen Leonard's ball handling improve over the years, especially in the pick and rolls where he has grown to be very effective.
Kuzma outside. I know you grew up with aspirations of someday getting into politics. Any current players who you could see maybe taking that same route?
No doubt. There's several guys in today's game. You know, Harrison Barnes has the polish, and I know he's had some thoughts that maybe going in that direction. Teammates nicknamed Malcolm Brogdon the president for his stately demeanor and commitment to effecting change. I absolutely see him trying to have an impact socially moving forward. There's several guys, again, who not only have the voice, but the courage to speak out about things that matter most to them.
Many sharp guys in the NBA.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
The Lakers have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line. He doesn't get the second one. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. It's a 16-point game. Jackson finds Zubac. Outside, Batum. Pass to man. There's the three. And it's Gasol with the rebound. Gasol's got 5 rebounds tonight. Schroeder, good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Leonard on the wing. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And he moves so well. When Leonard drives the lane, it's pretty much a guaranteed bucket. Terrific body control, and he plays with the ultimate force.
Now here's Kuzma. He's got 5. 6 on the shot clock. Drops in the layup for 2. Kuzma's got 7 points in the game.
And you see how comfortable Kuzma is from there. I mean, he knows he has the size and touch needed to be effective.
Leonard dishes to Jackson. Kicks it out to Leonard. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
Oh, costly error there. We'll see how they rebound from that miscue.
Man, when you're playing from behind, that's the last thing you want to do. Make matters worse.
How about that mobile 1 block we just saw? Amazing defensive work.
Emphatic with the rejection. You've got to appreciate that kind of forceful defense.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Marcus Morris is checked in for Batum. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Reggie Jackson.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. And Leonard gets it to go.
A tough first half, but it's been a different story here since the break.
Here's Horton Tucker. He's covered by Leonard. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That'll be his second foul of the game. And the Clippers making a change here. George is checked in. Pass to Caruso. Harrell against Morris. Caruso, no good. Clippers trail by 18. Morris, no good.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Rondo drives in. And the rejection by Harrell. George, no good. Lakers leading by 18. Matthews with it. Over Morris. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
The Lakers have gone 2 for 3 at the foul line in this game. Both free throws good from Matthews. Now Rondo. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Man passes to George. Lays it up and banks it in.
He's been fantastic, but he can't do it all by himself. Some of the other guys need to lighten the load and step up.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Caruso. 8 points for him. The dish to Harrell. The shot misses. Rondo with some nice D. And now the fast break. George with the ball. No good from 11 feet. Stolen by Zubac. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. We've got more in store for you right after this. And how about a look now at our assist to the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
How about the unselfishness? Night in and night out, we see guys trying to force their own agenda. Not that time.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, Patrick Patterson is out there with Luke Kennard. Then it's Ivica Zubac, and it's Rajon Rondo, and it's man in at the 2 spot. The first one falls. Greg, you were a physical, defensive-minded player. What are your thoughts on how closely the game is called now as opposed to when you played?
It is, Kevin, and yeah, some people like the physicality of the era I played in, but you know, I like the beauty of the game with the spacing and the freedom of movement, and I think that's one reason why you see so much switching. It's hard to fight through screens without fouling, and ball handlers have become experts at drawing contact, even if it's, you know, incidental. And I think that's just an area where the game has changed so much that that ability to play in space is so vital.
It's George on the wing. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. A nice shot by George.
And it's really hard to knock George off his balance. He's just so long and strong. Nice take there.
Here's Schroeder, poked away, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Schroeder. And this is what the schedule looks like for the Clippers. On Thursday, they'll be matching up against DeMar DeRozan and the San Antonio Spurs. Then on Saturday, they'll face off against Ben Simmons and the Philadelphia 76ers.
In that matchup against the Bucks, that's a contest that could easily go either way. Small mistakes could be the difference, and both teams will need to be at their best.
Here's Zubac. The shot's good on the assist by George. Zubac has got his first 2 points of the night.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
Schroeder kicks to Caldwell Pope. Here's Harrell. And Harrell slams it in.
Look, he may not be thought of as big for a center, but with his ability to go vertical, he sure plays big.
Outside, George. Fires from deep. Unable to get that one. So the Lakers will take it the other way. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. It's hauled in by George.
And he's going to have a hard time shaking off that miss. Everything was going right. The dunk was lined up beautifully.
And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And it's George finishing it off.
Punishing the rim there. When George makes up his mind he's going to dunk it, there is not much you can do.
And the Lakers making a change here. Gasol's checked in. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Leonard's checked in. And it's Schroeder with the ball. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Lakers, leading by 12. Gasol trying to free himself up.
And just a big-time shot-blocking threat. Leonard's instincts on defense are just mind-boggling. Knows when to go after the blocks. High drama here, guys. I mean, they've managed to get hot just when it looked like this thing was out of reach.
And here's Schroeder. Gasol on the high post. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. And that basket's going to count, folks. Gets the goaltending call right there.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
Outside Leonard. And then Leonard with the dunk.
And there's only ever going to be one result when Kawhi's driving to the bucket, and it's going to be loud, and it's going to be painful.
To the wing on the left. Zubats against Gasol. To the inside. Here's Antetokounmpo. Gasol attacking. Chalk up 2 there.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Lakers.
They never settled for mediocre shots.
And Kevin, they had great penetration this time out.
And so it'll boost this year's win total for them to 29. And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Dennis Schroeder.
He was the alpha dog out there tonight. Totally in charge of this game. No matter what the situation was, he was the one to dictate the action.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
That's the dagger. You could tell they wanted that one. I know that seals the deal. That's size winning out. I mean, he needed every single inch to haul in that rebound.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
Yeah, that's not his spot. Plain and simple. Just trying to force something is rarely a good idea.
In perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Well, it had to be. These days, you need to stretch the floor somewhat to make everything else work.
From deep, Gasol misses the shot. And so the Lakers take the win. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up for Chris.